Chapter 1, Shloka 3, The Silk-Wrapped Dagger. Namaste and welcome back to Eternal Raga, Bhagavad Gita, one shloka every day. In our last episode, we saw Duryodhana leave his position on the battlefield and approach his teacher Dronacharya. We explored the psychology behind that move, a prince seeking reassurance disguised as respect. A leader whose confidence cracked the moment he saw the Pandava army standing in perfect formation. Today, Duryodhana opens his mouth and speaks. And what comes out is not a battle cry. It is not a rallying speech. It is one of the most psychologically crafted sentences in the entire Mahabharata. A single verse that contains guilt, blame, provocation, sarcasm, and emotional manipulation, all wrapped in the language of respect. If Shloka 1 was the blind king's anxiety and Shloka 2 was the prince's insecurity, Shloka 3 is something far more dangerous. It is insecurity armed with cunning. Let us listen carefully. The Shloka Pashyaitam Panduputrananam Acharya Mahatim Chamo Vyudham Drupada Putrena Tava Shishyena Dhimata. And in Devanagari, Pashyaitam Panduputranam Acharya Mahatim Chamo Vyudham Drupada Putrena Tava Shishyena Dhimata. Padachhed, word by word breakdown. Now let us open this verse word by word like a jeweler examining each facet of a gem. Every word here is deliberate. Every word carries weight. Pashya, behold, look. This is an imperative, a command. Duryodhana is not requesting, he is instructing his own teacher to look. The very first word reveals that his so-called respect is the performance. Etam, this, pointing directly at the Pandava army. Panduputranam, of the sons of Pandu. He does not say Pandavas. He emphasizes their royal blood, their legitimate claim. Acharya, O teacher. The word Acharya here functions like a dagger wrapped in silk. Mahatin, great, mighty, immense. He is amplifying the threat to make Drona feel the weight of what they face. Chamum, army, military force. Vyudham, arranged in military formation. Drupada Putrena, by the son of Drupada. By invoking the father's name, Drona's personal enemy, Duryodhana is pressing on an old wound. Tava, your. This single syllable is a poisoned arrow. Your disciple, the one you trained. Shishyena, by your disciple. Duryodhana is explicitly connecting Drona to the enemy commander. Dhimata, the intelligent one, the gifted one. Your brilliant student has turned your own teachings into a weapon aimed at your heart. Now, let us hear the complete meaning with all its layers. Duryodhana said, O respected teacher, behold this mighty army of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arrayed in battle formation by the son of Drupada, your own gifted disciple. The backstory. Drona and Drupada, a friendship destroyed. To understand the full devastation of this verse, we need to go back many years. Dronacharya and Drupada were childhood friends. Drupada, a prince, once promised Drona half his kingdom. But when Drona, fallen into poverty, went to claim that promise, Drupada laughed in his face. He said friendship can only exist between equals. He humiliated Drona and had him thrown out. Drona eventually became the military teacher of the Kuru princes specifically to get his revenge. He had his students capture Drupada, but Drupada's humiliation only deepened his hatred. He performed a fire sacrifice to beget a son who would kill Dronacharya. From that fire, Drishtadyumna was born. And here is the most extraordinary part. When Drupada sent young Drishtadyumna to learn warfare, he sent him to none other than Dronacharya himself. And Drona, knowing full well that this boy was born to kill him, accepted him and taught him everything. This, dear listeners, is the wound that Duryodhana is pressing on. Anatomy of manipulation. What Duryodhana is really saying. Let us decode the layers. Layer 1. Blame. Your disciple arranged this army. The subtext. This is your fault, Acharya. You trained the enemy. Layer 2. Guilt. He invokes the name of the man born to kill Drona. Remember him? Because I do. Layer 3. Fear. He amplifies the threat. The man destined to kill you is standing right there. Layer 4. Sarcasm. How gifted your student is indeed. What a fine teacher you are. Layer 5. Loyalty test. Whose side are you really on, Drona? Prove it. Drona's silence. What the text does not say. And what does Drona say in response? Nothing. The text records no reply. Drona stands silent as his former student piles blame, guilt, and provocation at his feet. It is the silence of a man trapped by his own choices, bound by duty to a side he knows is wrong. Living the Shloka. What this means for us today. This verse is a mirror for anyone who has ever been on either side of manipulation. Have you ever had someone praise you to your face while subtly reminding you of your failures? Respect weaponized into accusation. Have you ever been Drona? Trapped in silence because someone has constructed a narrative so layered that any response you give will be used against you? The Gita shows us this to help us recognize manipulation when we encounter it. Awareness is the antidote. When you can see the layers, blame, guilt, fear, sarcasm, you are no longer controlled by them. Today's reflection. Here is the question to carry with you today. When I feel threatened, do I reach for honesty or manipulation? Do I address the situation directly, or do I craft my words to pressure others? And when someone speaks to me with hidden meaning, can I see through the silk to find the dagger beneath? True strength does not need to manipulate. Notice today where manipulation lives in your world. That noticing is the beginning of freedom. What lies ahead? Tomorrow, in Shlokas 4 through 6, Duryodhana begins naming the great warriors on the Pandava side. Every name he speaks is a confession of his own fear. We will walk through these names and uncover the hidden story each one tells. Closing, thank you for being here, for listening with such depth and patience. If this episode opened your eyes to something, please share it with someone who needs it. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Eternal Raga, where wisdom meets peace.